Fnatic, they are back in VCT EMEA and they are here to win, apparently. Terrific performance there on Split against NAVI. I am your host, Yingsu, and I'm back here with Kakuka and Billy. We had some questions, you know, wonder why they don't pick into the icebox. They go for the Split. I know you were surprised, Billy. Have they answered your questions? Are you no longer worried about this?
I'm not worried about it now. I think that, I mean, I was worried about the Split because of how we'd seen them play it last time in kickoff, right? But I think that they've obviously gone away and made some changes. They look so much more comfortable on this map.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that first half was a very good showing for their side and what they can do. I'm more surprised that it was not just the Alpha show. We were highlighting him throughout the pre-match, but it was not 100% about him. We also see the success in getting the spike down and actually transforming that into getting the round and baiting a lot with the utility. In so many occasions, we saw Navi being a little bit lost.
Yeah, the game plan was good, right? We have so many rounds we can show that, but let's take a look at round 5 first.
Yes, because I think that this one is very important. Yes, Kolanov did fat finger this ultimate, but to me it's more important what happens with it. They throw it onto Vents, and they also use a Prowler, the Eye. Ruxic even ends up using the Paranoia just because of that drone and the chaos that it's causing. Also, that movement that is forced then, the way that they turn things around into their favor, the way that they use the timing to go onto sides. Leaving this in a 2v2, Shao keeping that position, trying to wait for Koala Noob to join this battle, having that knowledge and that awareness of where to play, on top of the performance that Crashes just had in comparison to kickoff.
I was absolutely impressed, yeah, and it was crazy, like you say, the amount of utility that Navi were having to feel as though they had to use to clear out spaces. That Kayak clone was getting them caught off guard all the time, but Crashes, we have to talk about Crashes.
We do, because people are like, are we going to get Optic Crashes? Are we going to get Envy Crashes? Do we want NRG Crashes? But Fnatic Crashes, though, he's finally here. I'm such a Crashes defender to the end of my life, because you've heard it from his teammates as well. He's not just a good player, he's a great teammate.
Yeah, exactly. But you cannot forget the performance that we saw on kickoff because of these high expectations and the team that he was slotting in. We thought that this was a match made in heaven. Seeing him now on the Fade, playing the way that he did, the comfort, the clutches, all of these situations, making Fnatic looking really scary.
Yeah, he was amazing. The amount of multi-kills that he was able to get as well. He was never giving away that first blood. He was just so,
he ended up with
good.
a plus 15.
Literally, when do we see this? So I said it before in the pre-show, you know, I was kind of tired of seeing all the stick that some of the players were getting, and Crashes was one of them. Look at these stats. This is ridiculous.
ADR.
And also, is there a bigger compliment than hearing Pansy, Hypoc, and Mini say Leo cosplay? That is the biggest compliment you can ever get.
Absolutely. And also put it into context, all the performances that we've had, no shade, but a little bit of shade, from the imports that we've brought onto the region. This is like shading, completely shadowing the rest of them.
Yeah, Floor though, you know, Floor. Floor
but
number
she doesn't
one.
count as an import.
Yeah, Floor number, yeah, true. This is a very nice map here from Crashes, but the question is, can he keep it up as we move over to the Fracture? And also, what is Na'Vi going to bring on Fracture? Because Billy, they wanted to go here.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what? I absolutely think that Crashes can continue this performance onto Fracture. I think that that was something in kickoff, that this map looked really comfortable for him. We've seen so much great supportive utility coming out from the Sova, which he played last time, and he was top of the table against Foot in that last game that they played on Fracture. So I think that he can continue that momentum. This seems to be a comfort pick for him. Navi, Lord knows what they've cooked for this one for them to be able to pick into it.
They did win against Fnatic in kickoff, and thinking about Abyss being gone, it's the only map that they actually won from the ones that are remaining. Thinking about the compositions and what we're mentioning, Fnatic were the only ones in the entirety of EMEA that were running either the Sova or the Chamber in this map. Are they going to keep playing on that? Because I assume that Navi's plan works around that, works around knowing what they played previously and how they already knew how to counter.
I would like them to just yoink the good things we've seen from other regions. It's about time, you know. I know you're Fnatic. I know you feel like, oh yeah, we could just do our own thing. But yeah, at some point, I think you just have to get on the meta because the homework has been done for you already. It's you just have to copy some stuff and make it your own.
As long as I see Alpha on Chamber, I think I'll be happy.
Oh, I feel the opposite.
Really?
I don't want to see Alpha on Chamber.
I liked Alpha on the
Yeah.
Chamber last time. He was able to kind of get those first engagements and then escape out. I mean, maybe against Navi's composition, it didn't work out in the way in which they intended, but I like Alpha on Chamber in general.
I think there are other things that are important, not only the composition, but going into what we've seen so far. Fnatic are having very, very strong starts of the halves. In the previous map, we see them even converting one bonus, right, on split. During kickoff, they won 8 pistols, right?
Oh
In
my
7 of them.
goodness! We have crashes
Wait,
on
what?
table. Well, this makes sense. This makes so much more sense.
Wait, I actually love this. I'm not gonna
Yes,
lie. Like,
right?
I don't mind Alpha on Cypher. I don't like that. But Kayak on the Neon, it honestly injected into my veins. We've not seen him on Neon in so long. He was so great on this agent on Apex last year, at Ascension last year. He can absolutely dominate on that agent. So I'm happy with this.
I am very happy with seeing the Tejo. I want to see how they come things. I love to see the Sova gone, and actually I'm loving to see this new arc for Crashies.
This is what we wanted, right? We wanted someone like Crashies to be
Yeah.
the one playing Techo. And also, like I said, just nick what EDG did. I assume they watched Bangkok. I assume they liked some of it. Kayak, like you mentioned, Billy, a very, very good Neon player. But what about Navi's comp?
I mean, it worked out for them in the past, so they've obviously decided to stick with what they want, but it's
Yeah.
easy counterable.
It's got to work here, and I can't wait to hear what Mini, I was about to say Coach Mini, Pansy and Hypog have to say about this.
Oh, nice of you to join us, Coach Mini. But yes, they have met here before, of course. This was the one that Navi bested Fnatic on 13-8. Now, Navi, not too many differences. Same comp. Fnatic, though, well, that's a difference.
I was going to say, this isn't the Fnatic they met before.
No,
This is
exactly.
literally a complete overhaul, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I love this composition for Fnatic. This is the first time we're seeing the Teo Breach combined for Fnatic, and for me, that's like Bosa's playground to me. Like, I think if he was Breach Teoing it up in kickoff across a lot of these maps, I would have said that Fnatic would have done a lot better during kickoff.
I think as well that plays into kind of historically the choreography that we're used to seeing Fnatic, particularly Boaster, but Fnatic excel on.
That Coach Mini style.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
say.
They had a coach at one point that really dialed into that, and what the hell?
I'll be honest. I'll be honest.
Did you ever
That
do
was
something?
that was Boaster. That was Boaster's shit. I'm gonna give him credit here. Like
Okay.
this kind of micro combo, big flashy play stuff. All the boring stuff was me. All the nice stuff that you.
What you're saying is, historically, all the good fracture stuff that we saw from Fnatic was just Boaster in server time.
Well, to be honest, Anders helped us a lot.
It was somebody else as well, yeah.
That G2 new guy. Yeah, bloody hell. Mini,
No, but
some
he's
credit, mate.
he's got the good, like, if we were ever doing an exec, I wouldn't pick where everything went.
Yeah.
He'd figure it out.
Wow, I've got something fun to tell you guys.
There isn't. There's
Oh.
no way.
Can we just get
There's
stage
no.
red?
This
Please,
is
production. I asked nothing of you. Can we just get
this.
stage red for me?
This is rigged. This is actually
I'll let you
rigged.
first back on camera if you show me the stage and it's got tech pause on it.
It's definitely not red out.
It's not red out there because it hasn't started yet. It's like a 3-minute thing. We could keep yapping.
Technically
Production
a-
will hate me for this.
A pre-tech pause.
It is. I was making sure it didn't say anything rude. Pros.
Okay. We were on very different wavelengths for that. Usually I'm with you on weird stuff like that.
It's been a minute. All right, it's been a minute. Oh, hold on. I'm getting standby. What are we getting standby for? What we got? You going to push back on camera if you turn the stage red? Alberto? Nah, he doesn't trust me. He doesn't trust me with it. He's. You know what, guys? We could have had some fun, but the fun police turned up. But some lovely people were waiting for you. Which will be the analyst desk. You take this back over because, of course, that was the tech problem. Be right back.
Of course, if you put Pansy, Hypog, and Mini in a casting booth, you thought we weren't going to get any tech pauses. Preposterous. But that gives us a little bit more time to yap. And I think before we head into the pistol, you were making a very nice point about the bonus.
Yeah. We just got distracted with all the
Yeah.
agent select. But yeah, I wanted to speak about during kickoff. Even though Fnatic did not have the highest pistol win percentage, it was an about 40%, right? Like an 8 to 12, if I don't remember, if I'm not mistaken. And then in 7 of those rounds that they managed to win the pistol, they managed to convert the second one and also the third one. They had a 100% win rate on their bonuses if they were able to convert the first 2. So going into this one, it was something that, of course, that needs to be mentioned, that they're going to have the same kind of push that NAVI actually had last year with those bonuses.
I think as well, when we look at Fracture specifically, they really, Fnatic really struggled on the attack last time, right? They only managed to get 2 rounds on the attack against NAVI on this map, but I think with this composition that we've just seen, it's so much more explosive. So I'm looking forward to us getting stuck into that.
I think Mini kind of hit a nail on the head, right? If they had just done this back at kickoff, maybe things could have been different, but lack of time, preparation, nobody could predict where the meta goes.
And you've always been a strong team on Fracture,
exactly.
you know, like you think you know this map to a T, there is things that are going to be surprising to you, and there is one thing that they can always rely on if you're Fnatic, and it's the retakes, and on Fracture I think is the perfect example of it.
I like the way that they've recognized, you know, the things that could work, and they're implementing it. We're going to see it in just a second, but I want to have a conversation about Hero. Hero, he's played against Fnatic already back at kickoff. I think maybe the nerves, you know, it's not easy to go up against your former team. It was a tiny bit shaky here and there, but it's still a really good performance nevertheless. And I want to see him regain that confidence again, because Billy, there's a reason why people kind of raised their eyebrows at Fnatic when they didn't decide to keep him after Champs.
Yeah, exactly. Hero is a really, really talented player, and I think that when we look at him coming up against his former team, of course there's going to be nerves there. He's going to be anxious about it, and I think that the Vise is something as well that we discussed. It wasn't something that he was super comfortable on in kickoff, and we want to see that more going forward. But looking ahead at Fracture, of course, we see him back over onto that Cypher, which I think is a comfort pick for him.
Yes.
So I would expect him to be able to perform a bit better this time around.
Yeah, absolutely, especially because during the period of transfers and everything, the off-season, sorry, I don't know, I forgot that. During the off-season, he was one of the names that was the most disputed for, I think, the trial for a bunch of teams. He ended up settling for NAVI, and actually Angel really, really wanted to have Hero on his team. I agree with you, with him being on the Cypher now, especially now that we're seeing the Breach, that he's going to be tested, and he's going to be put in a situation where he's not comfortable, but that's how legends are made.
I just want to see him relax a bit more, you know, because the way that he played on Fnatic was so chill, relaxed, you know, there was 50,000 things going on his side and he's just sitting on a cam, you know, doing his thing. So hopefully we get to see that, but we do have the agent select. We're going to bring that up again, so you guys remember what comps both teams selected. Let's talk about Navi's real quick, because we didn't really get that much time to, because we do have a Koala moving over to the Raze here once again. We've got Angel on the Fade, which on Split there was unfortunate timings.
Yeah, unfortunate timings, and I am a Shadow defender, and you know that I think that probably his Fade in maps that have been historically very good for NAVI, like Ascent, could be the difference maker. Not up to me, up to someone else in NAVI, obviously, to pick up the roles. I want to see how they interact with each other. Also, speaking about the nerves and that fat finger that we saw from Koala and those kind of things are very unlucky, especially when you're going up against an opponent the size of Fnatic. So it's going to be on everybody.
I think as well, like maybe the nerves are coming through from NAVI because they got knocked out in that lower round 1 by Fnatic.
I still want to see the angry Angel. Where is the angry Angel?
Well, maybe that's why Hero's so nervous, no? Because Angel is angry.
He's so angry. So where is it? I was promised an angry Angel.
I think you might get it now. You know, it's not easy to lose on Split in the fashion, because again, the scoreline doesn't seem that way, but Billy, they did not play that bad on Split at all. I really don't think Navi played bad.
I don't think that they played terribly. I think that there was just things that they could have found more value from, like the Vice, like I say. I want to see Koala Noob on the op during this map. I think that he didn't really get to play it an awful lot during Split, and we know that he's comfortable, he's confident on the op. So I want to see more of that from him. I don't want to see Navi wasting utility in the way that they were doing on Split. Those Euro clones, like we say, were able to bait out so much. I want them to be a bit more methodical with that and actually figure out what spaces of the map they're looking to take, instead of just throwing whatever they can towards Fnatic.
I think that the calmness that we expect from NAVI has to do with that utility dump that we're expecting, and actually getting the wrong read on some of the things. I think that reacting to the Euro and whatnot, and not having the full information with the stakes being so high, with getting the points, we know how important it is. We've said it so in every single year. We tell you every game matters. We come down to the last wire, but there's going to be a bunch of teams making it to champs just based off of points. So every single game is going to matter for these squads, and I think that the nerves are getting a little bit to them, and not really like. I think that this is a very different experience to what they have screamed like.
I agree. I completely agree. And also, you gotta wonder, you know, for Angel, this is the 12th time he's faced Boast on the server. It gets to a point where you just know each other so well. You know the tendencies. Maybe you
Can't wait for
overthink a little
2027,
bit.
and we're just like, this is the.
If they're both still here, then
20th
fair
time.
play. Honestly, fair play if they're both still here. But you do get to a point where maybe there's a kind of an environment where you overthink a little bit, you know? And God knows how many times they played against each other on Split and Fracture as well. This is just a simulator at this point. But I do want to see Angel maybe bring out something a little bit different.
Yeah, I think that you mentioned the word different. We speak about Fnatic changing the composition. We also speak about Navi peeking onto this map. Yes, they did win it against Fnatic during that kickoff. That composition was different. What changes are they going to implement? Because things change a lot between having a Breach and a Deco or having a Soba and a Chamber. Like hunting Alpha is going to be literally out of the question.
I would love to know as well if this is an implementation from Scott that's just come across, right? Because we saw BBL's Icebox comp. I want to know if that was Scott before he left. So yeah, I want to know like what's going on in the coach and staff's mind and why they decided to put this together.
Well, I can't give you any answers from Scott, but I can give you some answers from Minnie. So why don't you take that question, Minnie?
I'll be honest, Yinzu, I wasn't listening.
I was listening.
You were?
You should have outed yourself like that.
Well,
I was talking to production. Production was trying to go on in a minute. Take it away. Take it away.
Do I think it's from Scott? To me, I think it is
Scott? Give me some
obvious that like Breach and Teo are the best on Fracture right now. I think it's just the best two to have. The Neon I'm interested by. I think Neon's a little bit underrated right now. I think like Miniboo, etc. Really good Neon players should still play Neon if you're not comfortable in other things. Slightly prefer the Raze generally, but I think it's absolutely fine here.
Okay.
So
How do you feel about it, Mike? That's an idea from Scott?
Probably, yeah. Agreed. But pace it, no surprises to see it to kick things off here. Fnatic, no secrets about it on the way in, actually. The hero's got to be careful because he's going to have his hands full. Crashies deals with it effectively.
That was pretty swift here. Plan's going to be in. That was a crystal clear plan, really. NAVI, once again, going to be having to be forced to play this back through, but two players working back in from Dish could cause a difference.
Real pressure point, though, for NAVI to find, because Fnatic have drifted all the way away from this.
Yeah, the plan's extremely good for them in the post here.
Spot on
The
now.
Brim Molly.
Oh, okay, he gets removed by Ruxic. This is still game on here. Kayak trying to toy with their expectations towards the door, but the smoke's in play here. They're going to have to be a little bit careful with this one. NAVI have got their foot certainly in on the door, but the time is running exceptionally low. I think this is too late in the day. Fnatic simply just listening to the clock tick away. Crashy's farming it up. Beautiful for him, and they'll be happy with that start.
Like getting that open plant meant that NAVI were probably not ever going to win that retake.
No.
They had the aftershock, the molly, and the Teo salvos.
And if they did, they needed to move in the first 15 seconds to at least pressure that utility out, draw something out, because Fnatic are just comfortable. As a Chronicle and Crashies disconnect so far from that.
We've just stopped muting them now.
We've just stopped.
Wild stuff.
Lyrically, anybody in EBS knew what we were listening to earlier, but
I'm telling you now.
All I'm saying is I'm going back to clipping it.
Yeah, can we get that on the replay at the end of the day, please, guys?
That one's going on the soundboard.
It's a classic. It is going to be thoroughly utilised here. Beyond that, though, again, this round should be pretty much a formality. You're looking at it being clean and maximising potential again. All orbs are plenty.
Yeah, Navi stacked up for something towards B, but doesn't come through. Again, unfortunately, it's going to be Hero towards Dish that's going to have his hands full. Headshot, but yeah, dealt with swiftly.
NAVI are here in time, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're here.
Shout out.
Kill. Okay. Poster got two back. All right, this... It had an element of danger for a moment. The problem is that now they're held back by smokes in very traditional positions. They've kind of lost that possibility of causing problems. Well, against 3 Vandals, they really shouldn't be able to do too much.
See Angel actually lurking all the way behind. Now the 20 HP though. Well, to even really pin anybody down, do some damage. So it looks like they might just give this up. Try and die to the spike. Don't want to feed across any progress towards these ultimates, because that's the other thing to consider. Back into a Brimstone composition as well with Teo and Breach. The ultimates are just, they're game changing.
Could be a Vandal pickup. Why do I feel this is going to go wrong?
Bam. Last player standing.
Did cost them a little bit, 'cause I don't. Yeah, I mean, I think Boaster can pick up a lot, some of the slack there, but they will lose out, I think, on one in the end. But
Yeah, I mean, if Crashes is over that side, he can obviously upgrade, but yeah.
the end of the world. Clean enough, though.
I think I want to add on to what Mike was saying about the ults. I think that this map is probably the map where you're going to have the most amount of ult theory,
Yes,
ult strats,
yeah, yeah.
even anti-ults, all that stuff. And I'm really excited to see what Fnatic have cooked. We know that they're kind of capable of bringing in those innovative ults.
The perfect storm sort of rounds where it's like, 3 or 4.
You can't play anywhere on site.
Exactly, yeah.
Through this comp now. You've seen what it can do.
I mean,
Simulator.
it's just so oppressive. Like, it's when those ultimates are up, it's like, do we commit to the retake or? But even then, that doesn't even feel comfortable because there's only ultimates on that first wave. Then you've got the util to deal with. On top of that,
All the fakes so far, but he was very committed to. Koala Noob rewarded playing on top there. Going to take away Kayak, but you can see what that spike is. And as it stands, they have a completely free site. Now, obviously, they don't know that. And now it does look like Ruxic is turning around going, well, maybe there's a chance someone is walking this.
yeah, no sound cue just yet. But I think Ruxic is also very conscious. Somebody could have lurked in. The big gap, obviously, towards drop. Smoke going down.
Same plant.
It's this open plant.
Yeah.
Even though it's 4v5, if he gets this down, it's very winnable.
And I want to see when Crash's util comes back around. It shouldn't be far off, I can imagine. That should be in play by the time they're under threat. Yeah, 2 seconds away. Love you, observers. So
Still
again,
got the molly as well, though.
Yeah, how do you move these players? They've got to deal so much damage and so quickly and pry these players out of very passive positions. Boaster,
Still got the molly, though.
First, there it is. Buys him a good chunk of time. Kron now, and again, his position is absolutely divine. And a real insurance policy, because Crashies will be under pressure now. But this man looks like he thrives in it. Now, Chronicle! Fell short there. I thought he was on for an absolutely rip-roaring round. Not to beat. Diffuse in. Well handled by Navi, actually. It felt like Fnatic had the checkmate there.
Yeah, definitely. When we were crediting kind of the comfort and how safe that disconnected position was for Fnatic, but here it kind of just comes apart at the seams, really. And one of the key things there to note is obviously how late in the day this has come across. So saying the window of opportunity comes in that first kind of 10 to 15 seconds, right? Either in the retake or as the spike is being planted.
I think the cycling from the post plant was slightly off. I think Boaster should have been further away. Didn't have to use the molly so early. Save that for later. Let the salvos go in first. And I think the layering would have been better there.
Excellent. Yeah, the window after the fuse actually comes through is 4 seconds, right? So they can stall out a little longer. Bit of pace change here, though, Lauren.
Yeah, they've just shifted up a gear. Straight away going to use the tail to clear out the site and then just probably take sight off the back. But again, they still won't have sand. They're not going to have anything else here. A lot of the setup's still in play. But tap on the spike, no reaction yet. Boaster.
Smokes are going to drop. They've got to make use of it.
Yeah, they kind of got to get this done now. Maybe pausing for a fight. They've won it. Okay, Ruxic falls. Hero, though, going to pick up the battle. Takes it towards sand. And now we're in an all-out brawl. This feels a little bit out of sorts. A different plant this time.
Spike planted.
Actually, Crashes, though, going to find a crucial kill onto Hero. Chronicle down to just 19 HP. Fault line will come through. A reposition, yes, but no semblance of safety just yet.
No, almost none. Kron just buying those precious seconds on the site. Alpha to catch the cross up by Dish.
Clock ticking away, though.
Salvo's online.
Yeah, it's all about time now. Shao gonna get past the first step. They're gonna know about Crashies, but he's got the util. Can he play it perfectly? 11 HP. He can't make mistakes. Oh, and it's just not clean enough. Koala Noob on the case. Close, but no cigar.
And the timing as well. Crash is nearly catching just the perfect moment to swing onto this. But it's easy. This is the pace change round for Fnatic, and they can't pin down the plant in the window you expect them to. On those first smokes going down, when they have a little bit of leeway towards site, it seemed a little the pause seemed a little strange. The tap on the spike, they were expecting util to come through or somebody to burst from the smoke potentially. I'm not sure.
I think they were trying to pinch Sands early and that got a bit labored. But I think the big deal for me there was that post plant. I don't think they should be losing that post plant.
Certainly did that, didn't they? I am a little surprised in how quickly Navi have been dismantling these post plants. That's 2 rounds now. And this round should be pretty well handled. The equipment diff is in play. Ruxic actually only 1 away from all. We're going to start seeing that cycle hit for Navi now. very close by to some big boy ults.
Almost a moment here for Alpha to creep up. Heroes fan Kayak on the other side though. Gonna be a massive swing, but we'll find a freebie onto Ruxic.
For being a little slippery, Hero's probably pretty uncomfortable now.
Cage trigger.
And the ult's going in. Hero's trying to just dip around this. As Qualanu popped his ult again pretty early here. This feels like it wasn't necessary, but we are getting down to the thick of things. This is a 2v3. It's certainly not impossible as Crashies and Chronicle out of nowhere, putting Angel on notice. A dip up towards tower.
Rolling Thunder available here as well. Plenty of utility for Chronicle to work with, but
They have no idea where he is at the moment. This could be a free first kill, and then Kron's HP gets brought into question. Can he play it ice cold? Can Angel read this right? The Horn gonna go in. He knows nothing so far. Oh, takes a little bit of look. Kron, he's gonna invest it. There's nowhere to get away from this one. Angel has to suffer
got the
through it.
upshock as well though, so he can burn the clock down here.
Chronicle doesn't even to look at the spike so far. Listens for the tap. Util, is it good? It absolutely is! Angel gets punished, and Chronicle doesn't even need to look at the spike.
I know it's like a really micro thing, but Chronicle just peeking before he uses any util wins him that. Like,
Absolutely.
if he used the Aftershock or the ult before he peeks,
Bingo.
he doesn't win that.
Because it's another 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds that Angel has to second guess
So
himself.
the free shot as well, just a bit of damage.
Beautifully done. All the tools they needed
Angel,
here.
are you drunk, bro? Angel, are you drunk, bro? Did you take a beer, bro, or what?
Classic Fnatic reaction of the coaching camp. That's a mini special.
Void of emotion.
That was a pay safe card thrifty though. One that they probably shouldn't have had. I feel like we were kind of seeing Na'Vi building right back into this, dealing with those post plants well, trying to find solutions. And right now they're only finding problems. And Ruxic's got to fight forward. There's no way back from that. Crashies on the punish. They roll out the red carpet. These ults coming in seem a bit questionable. Qualanu trying to gap close, but he's been seen.
You've got to be really careful here. Crashy's actually find the first, but second.
Spike down. Attacker spawn.
Not just yet, Alpha
Last player standing.
on the cleanup. It's just Angel left standing once again. Revealed here, and actually might be caught on the backside, but Chronicle unable to pin him down before escaping.
Spike planted.
All right, Angel. 1v3 this time. The odds are getting worse. And not much to be done there for him. Fnatic starting to get a little bit of space now.
I think playing with that space really well. Again, another that's almost indicative of a pace change. Beautiful placement here on the fault line and the orbital strike. There's no escape from that, forcing out the kill once again.
It's also Crashies
Nice.
again.
Nice shot,
Like he's
Alpha.
10 to
Nice
4,
fight,
he's having
guys.
another good map.
Nice
Another
group
Leo
up.
map. Doing really, really well. No surprises to see an RV timeout here. Again, a couple, well, 2 back-to-back defuses, sure, but again, I think once Fnatic kind of got into that first ult cycle and having those tools available, they show what they do best, to be honest with you, which is, it's that precision. The value on investment. It's not necessarily a kill or something, but it's always space garnered.
So then from Navi's perspective, what do you do here? Because it felt like they got an answer to those post plants, right? They were digging out those positions, making Crashies quite uncomfortable, even on that 10-4. But since then, it's still fallen away. Mini, where does your mind go? We do see a switch up with Koala Noob at the very least. Is that enough of a solution?
Just the op? Potentially. I would like to see them a bit more aggressive. We've only seen them rotate, I call it like sideways. We haven't seen them explore like the north or south too much. Especially if those post plants keep coming in. Like, you need flanks to kind of deal with them sometimes. So I think a bit of north side or south side exploration would be good. And I want to see from Crashies here, do Fnatic have another layer to this tail? We've already seen it once with a fast A. Do they have multiple layers, multiple strats to bring to the table?
Oh, this is a nice
And
spot.
this is Navi's map of choice, so I guess we kind of just find out the depth, right, of how prepared a Fnatic here. They look good, they're coming in with the composition that we like the idea of. For now, this is the adaptation here, Koala Noob with that operator in play, or at least part of it.
I was going to say is, I thought actually, because they do force their way through. Koala rewarded. It's Alpha on the other side of that.
That's dreamy, but this man's confident. Crashes on the swing, and now suddenly Angel's uncomfortable. You can see it. Oh! Crashes with the little 1-2 step, making it look so smooth here. Navi already left in tatters. What are you meant to do in this? You can see a little bit of a play coming in from Xiao. Slipping through early, but the trade in place. Kayak still holding up close towards sight. Maybe trying to get a little slippery in the smokes, but Navi down to just 2 players. Waiting for that plant now. Crashes puts it in play. And once again, we're in the post plant. Once again, you got that Teo utility. Once again, you've got Crashies on a heater. This is beautiful to watch. As Hero, quiet. Nothing to be seen on the cam. Promise you that. And he's just got to face the music or try and save, but
She's
man,
on a 4K as well.
this is good to see.
This is the Crashies of old. Almost the expectations of a player like this coming across to the region is delivering here today.
I want to see it from that POV the whole way through. Oof.
Like you were saying, the Teo util can come in, but instead he just faces and
Just
kills him.
diff him.
Yeah.
Nah, I'd win.
Again, he used to kind of have that brute force. It was always a clutch player, Crashies.
Oh, God, yeah.
He didn't need to use that Teo ult either that round, so again, still have that.
And actually, the other thing you were talking about, that was the adaptation from Navi. I'm not sure if the timeout really was just to address kind of a tilt loss in the anti-eco, whether or not that was actually more of a standard look that we'd see, or something that they've picked up on and wanted to address on the fly. So that's a real question going forwards.
Oh. Now, seeing where the spike is, this may not be awful, but seeing how far up they've gotten and found no resilience, it may not be a nice... And he's still winning. How is Alpha still getting away with this? He's taken away Hero, and no one else is going to stop them. This is just the freest round so far.
Got a Guardian here in the hands of Shout. Not much else, to be honest with you. I mean, Ultimate, sure, as well, Rolling Thunder, but do you want to invest it in this sort of round?
Spike planted.
Go of it. Boaster's going to be caught in place, but the Molly then denies any push-up coming out from the canteen. Kayak this time going to be noted. Don't know if he gets dealt with, though. And now they got to go... Oh!
What?
Navi, where's this come from? Flooding back on in, but Kron, the guardian of the cross, denies the next step forward. And Xiao trying to find his man. He can't. It got close, but again, just slipping away.
I mean, Navi have done fantastically well to find 3 there with the inventory they had at their disposal. But Fnatic stand strong on the site, able to clean things up, Mini.
Yeah, I think Fnatic went to go for a triple swing to save one of the players getting aftershocked or something, and it looked good and coordinated, but Navi hit everything. That from Kron was beautiful, though.
Clean up as well. And yeah, curious really of what was...
Get off my lawn!
We're being blessed with the player reacts today.
Honestly, we can just get that.
I mean, it's always the case with Boaster.
It's true. Showman. I mean, with genuinely looking happier too.
Yeah.
Kickoff.
Yeah, definitely.
That's
The energy feels much better
Whenever
today.
I talk to them, they all seem just happy. And I
never do them like that.
I don't remember them being like that. Not in my time.
yeah.
Oh,
Was that because you were on the other end of the mic?
It was me, yeah. I just caused depression for everyone. You'll feel it soon, man.
Oh. Well, yeah, you're in the greatest company, yeah.
well, good luck, Navi. Held on these 2 rounds here, and it feels like we're kind of looking a bit like Split, isn't it? I need to see more here. That's not bad,
Yeah.
though.
Down
Catching
B.
Kron's pretty solid. Koala Noob's been probably the one to keep my eyes on so far. He's been the one posting the numbers.
Oh, yeah, definitely was the case on map 1 as well.
Yeah. For looking for opportunities, though, here. And he's got friends on the way.
See now, I think actually,
30 seconds left.
I'm not sure if Angel would have been close enough, but the confirmation will come through. I imagine there with the smoke coming down from Ruxic. Cut out here, but they force their way through. I was going to say, not checking sight fully.
This is going to be punished, Crashies. You're not going to go nuclear again, because look at the time, 10 seconds. Ruxic plays this so well,
Yeah.
not overstepping, holding that really precious area on the site. And it felt a little short-sighted there from Fnatic. I don't know what the plan was.
Like I said, I think Angel's probably caught a footstep or something which draws out the smoke from Ruxic. It makes it way harder to commit to towards drop.
I think Alpha was probably calling across some support. Like he could sniff at it. It felt very weak on that side of the map. But execing from Dish has never been... That you had to see they had a neon wall and a Cypher cage just to get out. Like that level of util just to get out of that tiny choke. And still, it's difficult. Nice shot at the start.
In certain situations, it's almost plays against them as well. They're cutting their own sight lines to clear these deep angles on site.
It's not a good place to execute.
I'm gonna buy.
He's going to buy an AWP.
He's going to buy an AWP.
Got you. Koala 10 kills. He is leading the way for Na'Vi.
Boaster's put one too, though.
Now look, the thing is, if I flame Boaster a little bit with it, he always does really well. So I feel like I'm worried if I stop doing it. But right now, Koala the one to be on it. Quick draw of blood, an assassination, and certainly no attempt. It was job done. But Fnatic creeping behind this.
I'm surprised they get caught off by that. We've seen the AWP being used before. A kayak in the middle of nothing.
Yeah, like they were ready, but
Angel's rewalking this.
Now,
I was going to say, yeah, he's tucking in, sure, but still doesn't feel comfortable.
Don't like it. Don't like Angel, please. Boaster's looking for a pick here, but no one's really giving him much of a fair fight, right? You look at these positions, they're pretty tucked in. Maybe Shao would swing or something, but these... Oh my god, Angel. God.
I mean, Chronicles won it, sure, but the crunch comes through. Na'Vi come out on top here, finding 3 kills, yeah.
It's fine.
Angel gives his life for the cause, I guess.
Okay, done. I can't reach the mute button to laugh in time. Yeah. I don't know really what to make that round. It felt weird.
I think, again, it's Fnatic are losing opening picks. And when they're not losing opening picks and get time to go into these big execs, it's looking beautiful. But in the 4v5s, it's difficult.
Well, yeah, and you notice it as well, almost kind of stood out in no man's land, right? If you're just holding to wait for the moment to stack up ahead of this execute, there's almost no reason to give away an opener like that. I mean, you've got 3 people there holding the walk up potentially.
Again, my eyes turn towards Koala Noob. This guy has been pivotal for them, but I'm seeing ult in hand here. Joel.
Got to be careful because orbital strike and the fault line.
Okay, it's actually Kayak's ult going to go through first. Trying to lead the way towards the A side. Koala Noob is still around, holding the space up towards Dish. There's no late presence yet. They're going to run short, and they've got the plant.
No, they don't.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Chronicles fallen.
It's a bit obvious at this point, this plan.
Yeah. Shao will find Alpha as well. Now they've got a paint shot to come through to deny even further potentially, but Spike will finally go down.
Again, those sort of moments, it is credit towards Angel for that heads-up work that they've been going for that open plant when they can. Kaya can't escape the site. Na'Vi keeping him locked in. And Crashes, you've been good, but I don't think you've been this good. You're going to bank on Boaster. Okay, he does go down, but the molly just too wide in the end. Na'Vi, gotta say it, reading this well, starting to find a road to recovery now. The scoreline looking far more reasonable.
Yeah, I do have to point that plant out again, though. I think you're in the middle of nothing at a certain point.
Yeah, again, and especially here, because you have the Rolling Thunder and the Orbital Strike, I think you could probably invest a little more utility ahead of the plant, right, to force off some of these positions. I mean, it just so happens the C's comes through, so it's a squishy target regardless. But yeah, I think you're right. I think Fnatic can probably dig a little deeper, maybe invest a little more to rely on the Rolling Thunder and the Orbital Strike in the post plant. So
I think I would just plant in the corner at this point. It's not...
Yeah, the safer plant towards backside, sure.
Yeah.
One was going well. How about we get 2?
Breach and Brim up for this last round.
How do you feel about double ops? How do you feel about the word op, Mini?
Op.
I heard you rant about it. That's why I bring it up.
I don't know why, but I say...
Yeah, I don't know why either. What's that?
No idea.
Koala on the hunt again.
He's got a man on the other side. He's been good at the... Oh, Alpha. It feels like a little cerebral battle of some brilliant players.
Head of the cage, though.
Yeah, but does Alpha consider that? I feel like he might even...
He's gonna tuck. He's gonna tuck.
I saw Alpha use all of his strength to not peek that one.
Fighting his inner demons.
Come on, Alpha. It's great out here. Crashes. Oh, he can't get away. Oh, he's just trying to bound out of this. No, oh, Koala Noob. It was so good. And then it wasn't. Hero just in no man's land, plays it forward, finds Alpha without his hat on. And now we're into a 4v3. This has gone topsy-turvy in a second. Boast is having a go in spawn.
Spike not coming through just yet. Chronicle looking for it. But no comfort just yet for Fnatic. Can't really set up. Chronicle gonna look to trade off ultimates here.
Yeah, there it is. Gonna send that flying. Gonna try and buy him a couple of seconds. And a couple of seconds they should have, but Hero, the slow approach through the underpass.
Still have the molly, still have some utility here for Chronicle as well.
Now we've got to look at the timing, the layering. We were talking about this before, but it's Hero, it's Ruxic just walking it. No chance on that util.
Boaster gives up that position just to come through and try and put the molly down, but it's just a split second. That's their demise. But the 6-6 half here feels almost miraculous for Na'Vi to come out and recover this.
Yeah, I like that Na'Vi. This looked like Fnatic should have taken this half big, but Na'Vi finds the momentum at the end.
They certainly do. Koala Noob lighting it on fire. Beautiful from him, but we're not done yet. Well, on one side of things here, Koala Noob doing fantastically, 14-7, bringing Na'Vi really with a new lease of life. But Vinny, you were loving the neons.
Love it.
Oh, love it when a player gets to bring underrated.
Can we run the clip back, actually? EVS got the clip.
EVS, let's.
I think what I said was underrated, but I prefer Raze.
I don't think that was what you said.
Oh, okay.
It's a replay.
Okay. I think this is the unfortunate reality of Neon sometimes.
What do you think of this? What's that then?
That's mean. That's what I
Well,
think.
why are you doing that on the telestrator? Why would you highlight?
Hey. This is what happens on Neon Attack sometimes. You have a bad game, it snowballs hard. So hopefully Kayak can bring it up.
Okay. I can just sniff him out of the corner.
Well, Koala seems to,
No,
yeah.
he's actually on one. Like, we saw glimmers of really good looks from Koala Noob, but it didn't.
Angel's in the rat spot. This could go horribly wrong. Oh,
No.
So
It's
oh,
good!
it's good!
It's good! It's good! Oh, it's always God knows what with Angel.
Not even close.
The gods just flip a coin and it's either beautiful or an absolute tragedy. That time, stunning. Look at this.
One enemy remaining.
Oh. You love to see.
Clean.
I'm shitting on these guys, bro. I'm at a 30 bomb this game, easy.
Shit on.
Okay.
I did like.
I mean, he's
60-7,
he's halfway
he's
there
cooking.
already, yeah.
Absolutely cooking.
And I think that's reflective in the way that he approaches that towards Dish. As soon as he gets the opener, he's charging up towards Boaster. Again, if the rest of Na'Vi can kind of get behind that sort of energy. Brilliant way to stretch their legs here in the early rounds of the second half.
It does feel like there's a bit of a dip between kind of Koala Noob and the rest of the side as well.
Hey, I'm fine with it. Absolutely fine with it. If it's going to mean round wins and they've clawed back from, what was it, a 6-2 lead?
I think it might have been.
Yeah, I think it's 4 at the end there for Navi.
And if he is being supported and set up to succeed, then brilliant.
That's not great.
That's not what we'd like to see. You're going to get these from Navi, right?
Yeah.
It won't happen to Koala Noob. Kayak's only got 2.
I mean, Kayak has to find something here. Well, it's not going to happen. Would have been a big kill, though, to find that with the classic up close and personal.
Well, suddenly it gets possible. Relax, relax.
There you go.
Nah, he's farming. It was against pistols. You know,
I mean, that's how you get to the 30 bomb, though. You got to
yeah.
you got to take
Eco
advantage of the
Cobra.
Eco Cobra, yeah.
That's Durka's career. What?
That's
Hello?
that is out of pocket.
I'm kidding. I love Durka. He's my favorite.
Just because Mini's here.
Durka.
Honestly.
That's a, I'm going to say a bold target, but that's not what I should be saying.
That's even worse than what she said.
You here?
I'm right here.
Wild.
Together.
Friendly fire on the casting desk.
19-7 though. At some point soon, I will be asking the observers for the Koala Noob.
Don't do it. It did not pay off yesterday.
No, it didn't. And then got the Angel to spite me. Oh, anyone but Koala Noob there currently observing. Fair play to you. I'll accept that. For now, it will be leading the way. No challenge to be had on site.
But Fnatic pushing out of A main, it's conceding the site, trying to do some chip damage, and they've got us killed through the smoke. Watch out for the Neon on the flank here. Bosa gets 2?
And look, Koala Noob's gone down, which is everything, right? That is your headhunter removed, the ult removed.
Angel's tacked up as well, down to 54 HP.
This gets difficult. They've got to find someone else to step up and find the impact.
2 big kills.
That's what you needed. Angel and Hero in unison. Send off the ult as well. Both are now put to the test. Brutal. Oh! Stop getting kills through smoke! I thought it's just Stewie 2K who could do these sort of things through smokes, but apparently it's Boaster as well with the 3K himself. He's just in this. No one's stopping him right now. Nothing is denying him. Has to take the fight, and he does! Against the odds. Against all common sense. They pull it off.
I mean, it's beautiful. Like, to me, this is... I know this is strange, but this is exactly what we saw from the last game for Navi. Navi going for arcade default. But this time around, Fnatic wanting to play this kind of off-site B approach.
Those 2 kills. Sorry
He
to cut you
can't see
off.
them. He
Those
can't
2
see
kills
them.
were absolutely. The third was criminal as well. What was it on split? He was getting
doing the same.
ghost headshots through the smoke.
I mean, Mike.
I think I'm glad you checked his PC.
So I'm happy for Fnatic that they're identifying that
You're really sad for you. I don't know which.
that sitting on sites is not a good plan. Sitting off sites. I know it looks stupid that he just got 2 or 3 through smoke, but that's kind of
Yeah.
doing that damage through smokes is very common.
Kayak, he's having an absolute rotter of a game, but Navi gonna just double down on this, right? Big punish. Gotta be furious about how that last one went.
But this commitment's so deep. I mean, the first couple of bits of, first few corners, sorry, they get cleared here. Hold on to the space. That's fine. You don't have to convert that into anything. Especially so early on with no contact elsewhere. Hero. Oh, well, Alpha's on the same agenda now as well. But a 2v4 presented.
Spike planted.
Koala Noob on the showstopper. If Navi do want to throw a couple of bodies into this, yeah.
Do you watch chess much?
No.
I know a little bit of chess. Why?
What was it say? Was there?
This is really not appropriate.
No, no. You're not going there, are you?
Well, no. The more that this becomes a bit like a co-stream, the worse I behave.
No, this
Right?
is not acceptable.
No. I was just alluding to it because you knew what it was very quickly. Because these shots through smoke have been happening a lot. Any knowers will understand the reference.
That's wrong.
Well, I'm just saying, there seems to be some consistency here. Might have to do a little cough check later, we'll see. As it stands, 9-7. That's the second time. No, don't worry, observers. I see you've shown us that several times now. It's not gone well.
I saw it. I deliberately didn't say anything when we saw each other
A little
around.
bit of niceness there. Give them a little bit of kindness.
Don't they need it? Well, they don't actually, to be honest with you.
Kayak could do with a little bit of kindness.
Yeah, I mean, this...
He loves the neon, he does.
It's really rough, because the situations in which we're seeing him getting...
I'm still stunned about this chess reference, to be honest. Mike doesn't get it, but this is criminal.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
I mean, if you want to elaborate, here's the time. We're in time out here. Go nuts.
I'd moved on.
Yeah.
You know, we were talking about the game, Mini. So,
That's not...
I don't know why you're dwelling on it, to be honest.
I'm trying to counter the Neon thing. I'm trying to. There's a war.
Right.
Neon
Right.
versus chess.
Oh, you can go ahead and
Go, yeah, the stage is yours.
We should start this. Oh.
He wants to leave to the desk again.
Yeah. Yinsu, will you take me back, please?
I'll do any telestrator, it's fine. Yeah,
But just to come back to that same point, this composition, again, it's to put Kayak at the forefront, right, in the action, in the thick of it. But I mean, we're seeing a number of times. I know you can't even really say that, you know, he's losing out on gunfights, but the commitments are coming through. That a previous example, it's so deep, and it's been necessary in that sort of situation. They've cleared the space that you would want to. At the start of the round outside A main, you get the confirmation that nobody's holding up close and personal, but then to go and give away the kill to Hero so deep next to ropes, it's a little strange for me. I think that's probably an indication, an indication of, you know, a desperate attempt to get Kayak online, to find the value from the Neon. But if he's just not getting, okay, I'll stop talking.
What's this?
A little more tempered, but it's Hero again.
There's no help. He's just on his own, and he just gets absolutely sat down by Hero. Minnie, do you like that?
I quite enjoy the confidence to be that far behind and still.
I mean, hey, if you're 2-15 and you still commit to this stuff, yeah,
I
but
respect it.
like we were just saying previously, though, Fnatic, how good they look. Yes, Bosa's getting 3 through smoke, but how comfortable it looks sitting off site, conceding, and kind of just taking a pause.
Because overall, right now, NAVI are at the helm of this ship, running it back well. Bostacore trying to drip through the smoke. NAVI completely catching them unawares. Yeah, your big damage dealer, Crashies, is here, but it feels too late anyway. A 2v5 post-plant like this, no shot. So we've got to kind of come back into this with fresh eyes, right, Minnie? Because they're hitting a brick wall here. And we've complimented a lot about Fnatic, and we can't just put it on the fact that Kayak is not having much working for him, but the approach, if anything.
Yeah, just sorry, just to interject there. I don't think this rides on Kayak not delivering. I don't think that's. I think there's a few opportunities he could have done more and hasn't. But I don't think that's why we've seen Na'Vi able to claw back to a 9-7.
Come out of a timeout call with a fairly aggressive approach, I quite like, but you know the Brimo and Teo are online, so like, these are things that can be used in these pushes or saved for like a retake situation, and it felt a bit dry.
And again, the spacing between what if Kayak's got opposition on the other side of that? What's happened? Are we just riding on some? And again, I hate I'm saying this, the numbers out loud, but are we riding on somebody who's 2-15 to come out and win a 1v2 or something there?
Oh, this is a nice spot.
So it feels a little, and whether or not that's something that was just discussed in the timeout, like you said, and
where to set up shop?
Yeah, it's a little bizarre to me.
And again, credit for this resilience from Na'Vi and Koalanu continuing his warpath towards that 30 you wanted, but as it stands, he might have enough rounds
I was going to say,
do
game
this.
might be over before he gets a chance. Already up at 20 and 8. The opener here in round 18 as well. We will pause. No further aggression here from Fnatic, but we know the equipment's not really suiting it too much. So it's still key ultimates available here. But unlikely to see it here unless Fnatic can find a kill or something to cling on to.
I think my worry is that as soon as Fnatic if they are going to get back into this game, that the ults will be coming online for Na'Vi too.
Slam dunk round isn't a million miles away if they do have to go to that length. B, take the tour. No hurry on this, but leaning back towards that A site.
Yeah, and actually, just to note it as well, already going to have bodies in rotation. Bosa's already back here to get inside the smoke. So
Nice
that was
try.
Angel to deal with him.
Yeah, Angel really heads up about that. Just playing on the edge of the smoke, maybe expecting someone to play through. There are still players. That's not clean enough, really. But how is there no help there coming out for Crashes? I'm surprised he's still alive. Banging shot, but the numbers still sitting in the hands of Na'Vi in the post plant now. Trying to get disruptive. Alpha with a classic.
Yeah, now with Na'Vi finding the kill on the other side of things, it's going to be difficult for Alpha here to even find a consolation.
I think the account just gets shut here, right? I don't think there's much more to it. Na'Vi, I'm very impressed with Na'Vi because, again, Fnatic looked quite tricky, right? They were coming into this looking quite good. We had, as I said, Crashies on that heater looking fantastic.
But also, just to come back to this is also Fnatic on a composition that kind of echoes what historically they've been very good at. So further credit to Na'Vi in that regard.
Getting closer and closer to the previous scoreline of when they met last. That 13-8, which did go Na'Vi's way. For now, 11-7. 3 maintaining themselves standing alive here and just building towards those ults.
I think it's also that 13-8 score. It was a lot about that defense, I think. They were struggling there, from what I remember.
Down A.
And again, not looking too hot here.
And the one player who really stood out to us in that series at the time was Chronicle. He was the one who made it even look as close as it did.
Well,
Crashies this time around.
I was going to say, just to say, Crashies actually sat at 21 and 14. Maybe else some double digits yet from Fnatic.
Switch up here coming in. Operator is in play. We've got one on the other side, and Kuala-Lumpur's been lethal with it. Crashies ult ready. Is this a little set piece? Oh my god, they're going in on this. Is there anywhere to hide from it? Chronicle's already going to find Angel. I mean, the layering there with the Teo salvos coming in could have been a bit more, but honestly, RV making it through that with only 1 loss and 1 casualty feels fortunate.
Chronicle still sat out with a Rolling Thunder as well, though.
I love that Fnatic didn't even have to risk anyone there. Like, everything was util. The aftershock at the end through sewers. It's beautiful.
The meta haters will not enjoy that. But I do see what you mean. It was very well crafted. That was a little, it feels like one of those cards you can pull out once. Don't get to probably run it too many times, but you can see them trying to toy with the expectation of where Na'Vi ends.
I was going to say, yeah, Koala has just picked up on that sound cue, so he's already rotating on the north side of the map. Going to be here to complement the backside of this Na'Vi execute.
It's still difficult with Alpha here. He's got a fair fight, but Hero on the run-up does better.
A few situations where Heroes looked really good as well.
Ooh, big ult though should slow things down.
30 seconds left.
It's very early on. Rolling Thunder posted as well.
Yeah, they're going in on this one. Just about everything poured on. Surely Rooksik's dead. I mean, Kayak's going to find that one. Fnatic fighting back 15 seconds now. Not much to play with, but Koala Noob still breathing. There's a threat, but I don't think they can change the outcome now. Xiao still giving it a go, but Kayak finally hitting a couple shots here.
Now Operator suiting already here. Maybe an indication of slowing things down on the side of Fnatic. Not going to invest too much in putting him in the thick of it. The tip of the spear, so to say.
It was a costly round from Fnatic, though, using
a lot of
ults,
ultimates, yeah.
3 big power ults there. Something as well that we've not really talked about is Alpha on this Cypher. So like Chamber last time, I don't think he was super comfortable.
No.
But Cypher, he hasn't played Cypher in a long time, and I know it's not his favorite way to play.
What do you mean by that?
He doesn't mind Killjoy, but Cypher is never his favorite. And in this round, he went for the site hold by himself. Prime Alpha, you might see a couple of kills there, but not getting one there. So something to keep my eye on.
Well, Noob, pacey. How far does he take this? He's been confident the whole game, and rightly so. Big boy impact and a quick take towards Sand.
Fnatic though already getting ahead of the curve.
Out of charges.
Here to potentially stop anybody slip in the net. On the other side of things, Hero, which I was going to say last round, in a couple of situations that looked really good here on map 2.
Drone gone as well. Crashies on the A site trying to re-clear through A main just to double check what this is. They've had contact now on kind of polarizing sides of this map.
Yeah, on the flip side, I think Hero on the Cypher, very cerebral. He's been able to draw rotations across. He's comfortable by himself. Having a good game as well.
They're quite often planting the seed of doubt for Na'Vi. Ayako.
He had impressive impact previous to now. Starting to warm into the game a bit. It is late, but he's found his man this time. Buying a couple of seconds. Boaster on the backup takes away Angel. Just overwhelmed in the end. Kayak does fall, but they still have Crashes on the site. Hero comes in from Dish. Gets what he needs done. A 3v2. Crashes still holding on here. Pivotal in his positioning. And Fnatic making it up to 9. Breaking the trend now from Na'Vi.
Almost breaking the rhythm that Na'Vi have established. Like I said, ever since that first half, been firmly in control, even with the switch over, and I think that's probably why they believe we're going to see a Na'Vi timeout. times now, and yeah, Fnatic having the confidence to swing some smokes. You know, it's not two people dead ahead of the site execute. They actually have a fighting chance at some of these.
Again, 2 kills. I'm doubling the kills every round.
There you go. But at least it's not too phased by it, right?
He's in good spirits.
Exactly.
Which actually does make a big difference, because it's very easy to get kind of down on yourself, and it almost then makes the problem bigger than it is. But him feeling at least comfortable enough to make a nice little bit of light of it. And again, he is doing better, Mini.
Yeah, and I think that it also ties into that point we were saying earlier, that everyone on the team seems in light spirits, you know. Previously, if I was coaching, maybe not so high.
They wouldn't be, huh?
No, misery was the way forward.
The common denominator.
It was me. It was all me.
I do feel a little bit worse these days. I don't know. But let's kind of then look at NAVI, right? Because they've now been hindered a couple of times, and the big adjustment is that Kayak is starting to find impact. This operator is in play. This feels like it shouldn't be a puzzle they can't solve, though, right? It is a, I don't want to say a blunt object, but it's an obvious way to adjust. What do they have to try and clear this through? What do they have as ways to try and facilitate towards the site?
Like, well, Navi have that camera and Fade Prowler to make sure that they don't get picked off early. And as long as if they hear one shot, they need to just accelerate quickly. Don't let Kayak get more than one shot off. Or
smother him, basically. Don't give him a chance to reset and take another open angle.
Cage triggered.
See if the trend does continue for him.
Not spotted by that cam yet.
Yeah, immediately on the X-ray, nope.
Prowler did just go in, and I'm pretty sure that just got cleared. So they know where he is. Now we've got to look at the pace. Do they pick it up? Do they still try and smother on the site? They do, but he still stands. Silenced, but still answering the question. Koalnoob going down, who was your big man for Na'Vi. But Kayak now starting to warm into it. They've thrown everything at him, finally goes down, but he's got them a man advantage.
Exactly the sort of situation we were talking about as well. Able to reset comfortably off that first peak. Coming through, yeah.
Oh,
Crashies, wow.
Spike down.
Rips the head off Hero. Angel finds one, but it's Crashies again.
Xiao, hold on. This guy, he's on 15 to 15 kills here. He's quietly been working away, giving himself a little bit of time to play with to get the plant, but a 1v2 ain't.
He came off it.
He's got to go back. Oh, that's
That's
just
agonizing.
gut-wrenching. Now he's got to go against the odds. Uphill. Nearly feels impossible. Oh, man. That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
that could have been different.
Really, really rough situation. I didn't even catch, actually, whether or not there was a footstep or something to make him second guess. But, I mean, Kayak said it himself, I'm doubling my kills every round, guys. There's another 2 kills for him.
Yeah, I thought that, to be honest with you, the past 2 rounds, I thought that Kayak was in very uncomfortable position.
Well, yeah, not necessarily bad spots, but positions where he can be pressured heavily with an operator.
Like, he's on site. Playing on site on this map, especially with an operator, as a Neon, is not that common.
So 11 to 10 now, Na'Vi in the lead, but the gap has started to close. The answers have not been as forthcoming as maybe expected. Koalnoob trying to indicate presence, pressure. He's already backing away.
See the re-clear here from Fnatic, knowing now that Na'Vi aren't going towards A.
Kayak once again up towards Tau. He's gifted one. Koala slipping ahead of the smoke.
They don't have the cure to this poison. They can't get around it. They can't figure it out. How do they clear this guy? They're going the other way. Maybe the classic CNED answer of just avoid is all they got really to play with. But Na'Vi look lost here.
Yeah, they're almost second guessing themselves here with the second ping and the neural theft.
Oh, and I like this. The slow, steady re-clear. It's exactly what the doctor ordered.
Hats off to that man, honestly, to turn this around. Now, and again, numerically, it doesn't look fantastic, but it's a total swing in performance.
Hey, we said it about the likes of Koalnoob when he started to pick up. I have to say it about Kayak as well. In-zone flawless here at the least expected time, 11-11.
The fun's dwindling as well for Na'Vi. He said even, I wouldn't say a broken purchase, but definitely cracks in the purchase in that previous round. Again, this isn't even to fault Koala in that situation. He's isolated ahead of the smoke. He has to drift ahead of it.
One enemy remaining.
Another dude.
Yeah, a course correction here from
Another one. I
Fnatic.
don't know if you can take it.
Next line.
I don't know, I'm not going to do you know that one, maybe? He's just completely ignored.
Sorry,
He's ghosted
I'm
me.
so locked
I've been
in.
ghosted
I'm
on the
locked in.
caster booth.
What?
Absolute mod check, thank you. Vertical thing is just looking at Mini, literally.
Oh my god. Angel, where were we? They're flying to the site. Alpha's just like, no, I'm going to dip away. I'm off ski. They can have the site. I'll wait for you guys. Hero's getting curious, though. Wants to try and secure some space. But they're not planting yet. They're actually going for the similar open plant. It looks like punished by Alpha on the first, but Shao with the trade. Trying to dig their heels in here. Macron. It's gorgeous from him. Hero now. He was trying to keep them secure, at least from CT for a moment. Now he's fallen. Fnatic taking the lead in almost the final hour here.
It's going to be rough now. Navi have got to dig deep to find a response to this. A beautiful crunch here on the back of the spy camp. Chronicle with 2 beautiful kills. Oh.
Okay, it was 1. Not good enough.
But yeah, I mean, still, you look at it, he's 11 and 19, but the last, 5 or 6 rounds has been a huge effort from him.
Yeah, this defense has been pretty much him.
Yeah.
Launching smoke.
Oh, he also,
one.
sorry, I think Crash is still at 25 and 16.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. But can Na'Vi get the critical 1? Get into OT. The angle looks better. I thought it was better for Hero.
He tagged.
Does he go for this then? Does he speed up on it? He fancies it. He's confident. Bounds forward, punishing Hero. The man who's worn that jersey before, who knows how this feels. But now, Na'Vi down to 4 players. They've got the plant, they've got the site, but they got blinded. What? I've never seen anything like that. Koalanu blinking away the blind, gets 2, bringing it back within touching distance.
3v2 now for Fnatic. Still got the operator in hand for Kayak. He's in a position to do some damage, creeping here, but only 20 HP.
Step by step, they get closer. Angel cleared, no chance. And now on to Shao. Has to face the music. Face the man who came alive in the end for Fnatic.
What a turnaround from Kayak, honestly. Again, he said it himself, I'm doubling my kills, but it's the value of some of these kills that he's found. As soon as that pace change comes from Fnatic, play a little deeper. Like I said, uncomfortable position.
Yeah.
But he absolutely delivers.
Like, he was fighting, like, what's the saying? Fighting in a telephone box? I don't know the saying.
Not familiar with it.
Send it.
There we go.
Yeah,
Send it.
it's a
There we
phrase
go.
now.
Yeah, and I think respect to him, like, even after Climax, like, he was kind of sent by himself in some situations, and he was all for it.
Yeah.
But buying that up seemed to be the answer, and
Yeah, I think initially the ethos felt like we're going to put Kayak in a position to really excel. Some situations it looked like lamb to the slaughter, but again, I don't think a lot of these struggles here on Fracture, at least through the middle of that map, ride solely on Kayak.
So again, I do want to note Crashy's here, not just in this map, but the second as well, this whole series.
Oh, dude.
It's night and day since kickoff.
This was a Crashies-esque performance, which I think is one of the ones that we've seen, well, I think we wanted to see him establish here within the region.
And the general look of Fnatic looks like they're revitalized. Back to a team that's positive, explosive, dangerous.
And we noted the energy felt much better down on the stage today.
yeah, that's beautiful. Also, the Teo Breach, first time we see it. I'm a big fan.
Big fan? Would you keep the neon? They can hear you right now, by the way. We're going out to the studio.
No, I think it's fine. I think they just need to work on where it was working, where it's not working.
Yeah, definitely go back and look at some of the rounds where it was difficult for Kayak to really find value.
And we've got to flip the script a little bit here, because Koala Noob, to me, if we're going to talk about Crashies or your Kayaks, right, Koala Noob had a brilliant performance, stand out for the side, and he got them to 11.
Yeah, he did. And also, just to credit on map 1, maybe didn't feel like that because of the scoreline, but Koala Noob was putting in work today.
Oh,
he almost created the meta on this map of buying the op, and then Fnatic kind of stole it and just used it against them.
So we do have a bit of treat. Thank you both, by the way, for the first
It's a pleasure.
official TriCast. I think it went all right.
Yeah, not too far off the rails.
It's all right, Minnie.
I bullied a little bit, but
Yeah, a little bit of bullying. That's fine. All right, ignore him. Anyway, we have a treat for you lined up. It's the man who looks night and day from kickoff. It's Crashies, joined by Yinzu.
Thank you very much. That is right. I'm now joined by Crashies from Fnatic now. Crashies, what did you eat this morning? What's the routine? What's been going on? This form is, you know, peak Crashies. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling really good, obviously. I worked really hard just after kickoff just because I wasn't satisfied at all with how I performed. I had to really, just grind really hard. I got my routine down, and I just do the same thing every day, and I'm glad it's paid off.
Dunking your face in a bowl of ice water? No?
With the Saratoga water?
Yeah, not quite, not quite. How would you compare this Crashies we see right now in EMEA to, you know, some of the ones that people remember more fondly of, the Optic, Envy, NRG? What's different or what's the same?
I think my skill level is definitely it's up there right now for sure. I think my routine has just been the main culprit for that. I've been just really working on myself as an individual and how to help this team succeed. So yeah, I'm just super happy that
the comms look good. You look really comfortable on the Fade, on the Tejo. So what was the reason for these changes?
We talked about it a lot. We have two great initiator players in me and Chronicle, so it makes sense that we both play initiator, and we can let Alpha do his thing at Sentinel. He was a world-class Sentinel when he played it. So yeah, I mean, it was a pretty simple conversation, honestly.
What was Alpha's reation when he was told he doesn't have to play Tejo anymore?
He was a little sad that he was going on Sentinel. He gets bored on Sentinel, he says, as you know. But yeah, I mean, he's insane, and the whole team's insane. There's
something about you guys, you know, it's never a loss until the game is over, right? And poor Navi, they have to be on the receiving end of these two comebacks. And I think the attitude from Kayak, we saw a lot of the comms, even when he just had 2 kills, the vibes were good. So tell me how you guys maybe helped Kayak a little bit to make sure you all stayed in the game. And honestly, the last 5 rounds was incredible for me.
Yeah, he kept joking every time that he was doubling his kills. He was getting 2 kills, and his attitude the whole game was honestly really good. We didn't really have to do too much. We just kept doing our thing, and he just honestly rode the wave. So yeah, shout out to Kayak.
And last question, Mini was casting, obviously, your game. He was doing a little bit of bullying, but all things considered, he said some very nice things. And one thing he kept reiterating was, when he was on Fnatic, the boys never seemed this happy, and the vibes didn't seem this positive. And now you've joined this team. Where does this happiness come from? Do you feel the same? Like, everything is just great?
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same. Everything is just great. They're like brothers to me. We play, we fight, we wrestle. We just do brotherly things. So we're always happy to see each other and be with each other, and it's just good vibes.
Is the Crashies alpha bromance, is that real?
It is real, I think.
It's real?
Yeah, it's getting there.
Oh, Vic is gonna get jealous, you know that, right? Oh no, I've got your back, Vic, it's all good. But thank you so much, Crashies, for joining me, and good luck next week.
Thank you.
That is not all the action we're gonna bring you. We have one more game this week, and that will be between Team Liquid and Gentlemates right after this break.
Austin, what is this? Is this Austin Robert? Hey! Hey! Get off my lawn!
I mean, technically, it's not his land.
Straight from Texas, bro.
Straight from Texas.
I'm back. I doubled my kills.
Like me in my rank game.
Doubling the kills every round.
Kayak, is that another 2?
Another 2, and we're winning the round.
Another one. I don't know if you can take it.
And another one, and another one.
Kayak, it was 1. Not good enough.
Red Bull gives you wings.